We're so glad to welcome you to this series. It is one of the series in a multiple series that is loaded with information on Cross River State. Now, Cross River State is one of the most beautiful states in Nigeria. Its slogan is literally the nation's paradise. But the major question is, what do you know about the people who are dwelling in this paradisic state? What can you talk about Cross Riverians? Or when they mention Cross River State, do you have only one local government in your head? We have 18 lovely local government areas in Cross River State, and it's only befitting that we start with the state capital, which houses Calabar and its environs. Now, to also talk about Calabar, which has tasty meals, colorful culture, everything Calabar, it's only befitting that a lovely woman, a gorgeous one at that. Anyways, we're talking about no other person than Asandia Hogan. It is a pleasure doing this with you. Before we go into the business of today, I saw the video where you walked along Egerton with maidens ringing bells, singing our praises to you. How did it feel like? Because I think the attention, the stare, that's not a common, it's not regular. How did that feel like?
It was amazing, and if I'm honest with you, it was more positive than negative. I know you're saying the attention,
Yeah.
but there were people that were coming out and actually screaming and saying thank you for reviving or trying to revive our culture. Thank you for doing things that we used to do. So what that signified was ufonkwo, and ufonkwo was done at certain ages. So there's one that was done when you were about as a teenager anyway,
Okay.
like in preparation for you to go into marriage.
Okay.
And this one that is done just before you get married.
Oh.
So what normally happened was you would come out on the street and you would be walked on the street when you come out of Ufonko, which is erroneously been called the fattening room.
I heard that too.
Yes.
Why do you think it's an error to address it as a fattening room? I'm not from Calabar, but even in my culture, there's something called a fattening room.
Okay, because the aim when you go in there is not to fatten you. It's
Oh.
an etiquette school. Fattening is just a byproduct of it. If in other words, you can say something like it's the hazards of being in a phone call.
Yeah.
But it's the aim of a phone call is not to fatten you. The aim of a
Okay.
phone call is to teach you everything that you need to be a married woman.
Oh.
So imagine what happens. Imagine me and you going into somewhere, you're not doing
Yeah.
anything, you're pampered for 6 months. By the time you come out, you're gonna put on
Definitely.
weight. So the white people that came, the Europeans that came and saw that, erroneously called it the fattening room because they saw it as you're in seclusion to be fattened. But no, you're in seclusion to be taught. It's like an etiquette and finishing school for women.
Oh, that's so lovely. And I'm happy you've set the record straight. It is not a fattening room. Fat is just a byproduct of what happens in the room. Now I'm talking about Mary Slessor. I mean, that has just taken us right into it. Pre-colonial era. What can we say about this land, Calabar, pre-colonial era?
The culture of Calabar. And you would ask, what is culture? It is basically the
The way of
beliefs,
life.
it is the beliefs, the customs, and the social behavior of a particular set of people. Now, in terms of the ethnic people, like you would say things like our foods, our religion, our government.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll talk about the church coming into Calabar.
Yes.
Yes.
So-
What did it do? We had lots and lots of pilgrims enter Calabar. Yes, Mary Slessor famously mentioned we had Hope Waddell. What did it do, first of all, to the good of the Efik people?
I usually say that the Europeans came with Christianity in one hand
Yeah.
and came with commerce in the other, on the other hand.
Yeah.
And the Christianity was the cover for the commerce. So I believe that we had a lot that was good going for us. However, I can be honest and say that we had some practices that needed to stop. i.e., killing
Kill
of
of
twins,
twins,
you know, which we had already started to stop, right? So we had, you know, people used to be buried alive with our kings to serve them in the afterlife. That was the belief. We had the Asera beings, which you had to swear by. So there were a lot of things that we also did based on our superstitions. You know, it's happened everywhere in the world where people have evolved. Do you
True.
understand? So the churches came in, so Christianity was brought in. However, we also have our own religion, which is Ndem. So we had our own government, which was Ekme.
Okay.
So we also have our kingship, which is Ubon. So we already had, in quote, in modern day Nigeria, what you would say the
Tiers of government.
the 3 tiers of government,
Yeah.
which is, so we had
Executive, legislative, and judiciary.
we had our religion, we had our government, and we had our kingship, and those things checkmated each other.
Okay.
So the idea that they brought in civilization, I always ask the question, whose civilization?
Yeah.
Who said that Western civilization was better than our civilization? Who said that we wouldn't have gotten to those places without having Western influence? So commerce came in. So we stopped the selling of slaves, but that was the first part of commerce. So when we stopped that, we started doing palm oil, right? And that developed old Calabar a lot.
It did.
A lot. So the churches, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. But what I don't believe in is to throw away my culture, throw away our names, throw away our entire foods, our entire ways of dressing, the things that were good about us, to accept Western culture completely. That's what I don't agree with. I think there should be a balance. I think you shouldn't throw away the child with the bathwater. I know people that were given ethnic names that have changed their names, claiming that those names, I'm just saying a name like, I can say Ekwe or Inyang, for example. Inyang is the river. So they're like, oh, that it is marine and whatever. I'm like, but God created the river. So God did not do bad to create, like, he knows what he's doing, you know. So I don't personally believe that we should throw away all our cultures. So, and there are people that would say, oh, but look at her, look at how she sounds very British, right? But at the same time, that's me speaking English. If I need to speak, I can speak Efik. So if I need to speak Efik,
yes, I want to say let's put it to the test now. Okay. All right. So let's say something really cool in Efik, probably a greeting in Efik. I don't speak Efik. I'm a stranger to the language.
Yes.
Then let's say you want to say good morning or good afternoon or good evening. How is it said?
Emesiere is good morning.
Okay.
Yes. So we don't have a formal good afternoon.
Okay.
So we would say Mokomo or Tiedo.
Tiedo.
Like Mokomo is like I'm greeting.
Okay.
Tiedo is like, oh, the literal meaning of Tiedo is there, but it's a greeting.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening. We don't have a literal good evening.
Oh.
So we have a literal good night and literal good morning.
Oh. Okay.
Esiere
is good night.
Is good night. Yes. And Messiere is good morning.
Well, I just hear people say Messiere without even putting the Messiere
inside. Yes. Messiere is like you know how you have okay and you spell it okay, and then you can have OKAY. So it's more casual, it's more colloquial, I could say. So a Messiere is a full thing.
Now, I don't know the parts of Ekpe you can talk about,
right,
especially as a woman, but talk to us about the area as a woman you can talk about Ekpe.
Ekpe is our government.
Okay.
It is what enforced our laws. It is what was even a part of what binded a lot of us together. Um, it is also a sacred, I call it a very sacred society. I have a lot of respect for it. I am the child of Anoboekwe.
Oh,
I am the wife of Anoboekwe. So I have a lot of respect for it. My father um, taught me to be respectful of Ekwe. So um, as a woman, I was initiated when I was, I think, 4 or 5 years old.
that little.
Yes. That's what when
Would you remember anything? Because
I still have the pictures.
normally I think things like that ought to be done when a child is grown to know certain things. But as a child of 4, 5, are you sure you can remember what you should and shouldn't do?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not like you're initiated and that's it. So
Okay.
you're continuously growing, you're
Groomed.
continuously groomed and shown the
nice.
sort of things you should do. So I know that if Ekwe is there, I'm not supposed to walk in front of Ekwe. I'm supposed to be behind, if anything. I'm supposed to, if Ekwe is going past, I'm supposed to, to
Late.
praise it.
Ooh,
I
okay.
know.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to, praise it and give it its respect. At the same time, Ekwe seeing the peacock in my hair also signifies to him that I am initiated.
Oh, that's what the peacock stands for. I see lots of girls put it on their head when they go off Otomobong, and I just assume they're princesses.
No,
Oh.
it signifies that you are an Ekwe initiate.
Oh.
And if you're wearing it without being an Ekwe initiate,
yeah, consequences.
sorry for you, that's all I can say. Yeah, so that is the significance. Even as men,
Yeah.
the day you're initiated into Ekwe, you have your white the white cloth tied round, and the Ntankanda, the peacock feather in your hair. So the peacock feather itself is very significant in Ekwe. Then that signifies
Why
that you
peacock though?
have you know, without me going into too much of Ekwe, Ekwe is conglomerate of, like a lot of things have been brought into Ekwe from a lot of places.
Okay.
So I would only delve into and say that is something that also been brought in. There's different grades in Ekwe, so different things have been gotten from different places to make it the beautiful thing that we see today. It is, to me, it is one of the most beautiful things
It is.
that there is. And Ekwe has its own spirit, which, for me, if I see Ekwe, I always want to follow it right to the very end, to the very last bit that I can see of it. So I think its beauty is very attractive. It draws you in. These are just the little things we could do to promote our culture. Everybody's not going to be an Asandia that finds a creative way to incorporate my culture into my fashion.
Right.
So I have clothes that a woman in Germany could buy. However, I know if you're a folk, you'd be able to see certain things in it. There's beading that I would do.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a Manila.
I wanted to ask
right
him,
now.
did you get this? Did you carve this specially for yourself?
I didn't carve it for myself, but I found it and I got it specifically because of that reason.
Wow.
My father's title was...
I noticed the ring too.
Yes, my father's... I don't know what I was doing. I was playing with it and I put it on my wedding finger. But yeah,
Okay.
my father's title is Ukbo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as well. So I've got the necklace, I've got the earring, I've got this, I've got this.
That's so nice.
I have, funny enough, I have an Ukbo tattoo as well.
Oh.
I do. Obviously, I'm not telling everybody go get go get a tattoo
Of course.
to show that you're but I think our dressing as well. But the thing is, I understand how it's easy to run away from our dressing because it's so bogus. It's not practical, right? But I think, like our men, for example, you could wear the shirt and wear
Tie the wrapper.
no, you don't have to tie the wrapper.
Okay,
You
with
could just
normal
wear the shirt
trouser.
and wear the trousers on a good day, on a normal day. You know, I think for the women we might struggle a bit more. But the thing is, I am doing this to show how we came about Onyonyo. Your Onyonyo doesn't have to be this elaborate. You could just be a gathered dress, but it shows, that you're representing your culture. Like I said, our language is very,
Very
very, very
important.
important.
Yeah.
Our foods, cook our foods. Show your children our original recipes. If you go online, there's so many people bastardizing ethnic food, and I'm like, I get angry. There's onions in afang. I'm like, Jesus
There's
God.
chicken in Afang.
Oh God, don't tell me.
There's chicken in
Oh, my
Afang.
cousin sent it to me the other. I mean, let me tell you, right? Chicken in afang, you could say, is your preference, right? But when you come out and you cook and you say, this is ethnic food, that's where you have a problem with that. I do certain things that is not allowed in our foods, but I like it. But if I'm cooking for the public, or if I'm cooking or being filmed cooking,
To represent the tribe.
I'm going to completely cook it down to a T to the original recipe. I like to see young effort people help each other grow. I have friends from everywhere in the world, and I would help any of my friends grow. But at the end of the day, I'm also an effort girl. I also know that we're not a major ethnic group. I also know that we're somewhat marginalized. So, how do I give how do I give this practical help? So it's all well and nice that I can speak, oh, I can teach my son our language, so that keeps our culture going. I can name my child our names. But how are you, in present practical terms, helping your brother and therefore kingdom grow? That is by you giving opportunities to yourselves. That is by you opening up and holding someone else up the ladder, helping your brother out, giving people a stepping stone, being able to be the one that someone can look back and say, you know what, there was an opportunity and Asandia called me and gave it to me. I don't want no accolades. Don't even tell anybody. All I want is to look and be like, that effort girl, that effort man is doing well.
Because I lended a hand.
I help. I'm good. I don't even want to even know that I even help. But as long as you're doing well, I'm good. I want all of us to win.
No problem. So I think this is the part where you step into the courtyard.
Okay.
Please, let's see your complete outfit.
Okay.